Hi, my name is Shannon Marino, and I'm the Program Manager for Student Life at Lone Star College Tomball. I'd like to congratulate you all on deciding to be involved outside the classroom on campus and also being an officer in your respective organizations. This video I put together to go over all the benefits of being involved in an organization, the ways that Student Life can help you, the services that are available to you on campus, and things like that. So all the helpful stuff, and I have it online now so you can watch it anytime if you need a refresher to figure out how to do something on campus. Introductions first. Like I said, my name is Shannon Marino. I'm the Student Life Manager. I'm here to help with anything you might need, so feel free to stop in the office anytime you have a question or need assistance. Danielle Thornton is a Student Life Coordinator, and she handles the business side of Student Life. She'll assist you with purchasing if you need it, travel documents that are required to take a trip. If you have a speaker come to campus, you'll have to do a contract for that. There's a 3-week lead time on that. So as soon as you decide to have a speaker come to campus, if you're paying them or not, we have to do a contract or some sort of a contract for that. So please contact Danielle with the performer information, and she'll make sure the contract gets taken care of for you. Again, there's a 3-week lead time on that, so make sure you're being timely. Lisa Torres is the event coordinator for Student Life, and she can assist you with reserving rooms if you need help with that. You can also do that on your own through College Relations, and we'll talk about that in a little while. If you need decorations for an event, Student Life has a large inventory of decorations from past events that we've done in the past, and you're more than welcome to borrow those anytime you have something going on with your organization. Sosin is the graphic designer and miracle worker for the Office of Student Life. She's very talented, and she does all of the posters that you see around campus or online for the student organizations, for your events and your meetings and things like that. She also does it for Student Life, and then she's a huge resource for people on campus as well. So needless to say, her schedule is very packed. She's part-time. So if you need something from her, please make sure you get it to her with lots of lead time, because graphic design is time heavy, and so she'll need some time to design that, whatever you're needing. Why are colleges encouraging students to get involved on campus outside the classroom? There are lots of obvious benefits, and a few of those are you connect with other students. The more you're connected, the better you'll do inside the classroom. Training as leaders. Employers are looking for new employees that have leadership and soft skills. Stress relief from classes. We all know how stressful it can be taking multiple classes and having multiple tests on the same day or in the same week. So being involved in an organization can kind of be an outlet for that stress. Encourage and inspire others. A lot of our student organizations go out on campus and in the community and work with those in need, or just to volunteer their time. They host events that are free to the community. So it's a great opportunity to meet people outside the college, inside, within the college, and have a positive effect on those people as well. Service to our campus and community. Every student organization has a service requirement. Everyone is required to do one service project for the year. You turn that documentation in no later than the day before commencement, so it's the second Friday in May, I believe. So you do have the entire year to complete that, and you're more than welcome to do more than one activity, and numerous organizations here do many service projects throughout the year. So I encourage you to get involved with that as well. We are in higher education, so there's always a research component to what we do. And there was a study done by Patrick Taranzini and his colleague Ernest Pascarella at the University of Illinois, and they published a study entitled How College Affects Students. And their research included significant evidence that getting involved in campus life activities leads to building stronger on-campus friendships, and actually seems to increase the likelihood that students will persist and complete their undergraduate education. So it's not just my opinion or your advisor's opinion that getting involved is important and good for you. There's also research that backs that up. So congratulations for making that decision to get involved outside the classroom. We're glad you did. Okay, our mascot, if you did not know, is a timber wolf. We are the Lone Star College Timberwolves. Our Timberwolf's name, excuse me, is Trevor. Our colors are Royal Navy and Deep Red. And if you need the PMS numbers for those colors, you can get those from SOSN. It's a specific Royal Navy and a specific Deep Red if you're designing a t-shirt or you're working on a flyer or something like that. And our motto is one wolf, one pack. So if you hear someone call out one wolf, your response is one pack. So welcome any new Timberwolves. The Office of Student Life oversees about 5 different areas officially. We host all the campus-wide events like our upcoming Fall Fest. We sponsor the Student Activities Board, which was on hiatus last year, but it's back this year. We're just getting started. The Student Government Association, all of our student organizations, and all our sports teams and intramurals, and then also all of our leadership trainings. So where does the money come to pay for all of this? Student Life and all of our organizations and activities are funded by student activity fees. When you pay for your classes, you're paying an extra $2 per credit hour and a student activity fee. And that fee supports all of our student organizations, our sports teams, intramurals, leadership training, and the Office of Student Life. Without that support, we probably wouldn't be able to do the things that some of you are able to do. The money is awarded to each organization in the Office of Student Life through an allocation process in the spring. In March, you'll be able to apply for a new budget for the upcoming year. We'll go through a budget hearing, and then there's a campus-wide committee made up of faculty, staff, and students that will meet during the summer, and they will decide after we receive our allocation from the system office of how much our total fee allocation will be. Then they'll decide how much each student organization gets, how much the Office of Student Life gets, and that's after they review all of our purchases from the previous year. So it's a pretty in-depth process, and they do a good job working with our finances. Here's a list of required events for fall 2015. Several of them have already passed. August 17th was the advisor meeting. September 9th and 10th was involvement fair in the Commons. I hope that was successful for you. Please make sure that you follow up with the students that signed up at your table and include them and have a meeting quickly so that you can kind of catch them and get them involved, and so they stay involved. If you have an email that came back as incorrect, we're more than happy to look up that email address for you if we have one. So you can stop by the Office of Student Life and we can help you with that as well. The first student government meeting is September the 28th. Student government meets the last Monday of every month at 11:30 a.m. It actually goes until 12:30 in C210. If you have any questions about that, you can contact myself or Patrick Gilbert, who's the advisor for student government. All students are welcome to go to that, even if you're not in a student organization. It's open to all students, and obviously each student organization has one rep that's required to attend all of the meetings. If you get to attend, I hope you stay involved and participate. It's a really good experience for you. October 9th is the iLead retreat for all RSO officers. So in the past, the topics that we're covering today was part of that training, but now that I'm doing the video, we'll be able to focus just on leadership training and not have to worry about going over the rules and regulations and things like that. So we should have a fun day on October 9th from 10 to 2 in the Beckendorf Conference Center. So if you have any questions about that, stop by. You have a RSVP sheet that's due soon, so please make sure you send me that so I know how many of your officers or members. It's open to anyone. You can send as many students as you'd like to attend iLead. October 26th is the next SGA Club Council meeting. October 28th is Fall Fest, which that's our first, I guess, second big event after Involvement Fair. That's going to be in the library courtyard this year, which is different. In the last few years, it's been on the Southwest courtyard, but this will be in between the South building, the Commons, and the library. So each student organization is required to have a table or an activity there, a game, something like that, for your fellow students. So please make sure you get your Fall Fest RSVP sheet turned in so we know what everyone's doing, so we don't have 15 of the same activities. If you have any questions about Fall Fest, like with everything else, please stop by and ask or email me. November 30th is the next SGA Club Council meeting. Required forms for fall. Fall registration was due September 23rd. If you have not turned that in, please make sure you do so, because without it, you're not a registered RSO. And we'll talk about that in a few minutes. I mentioned earlier the iLead RSVPs. Those are due Friday, October 2nd. So please make sure you get those in so we can make sure we have all the supplies we need for the number of people who will be attending, and also lunch. Your Fall Fest activity forms are due October the 16th. And your fall semester reports are due December the 4th. So advisors, if you make sure you get those into us before you leave for winter break, we would appreciate it. For looking ahead to spring, the involvement fair for spring is January 20th and 21st. That's very quickly after the semester starts. So please make sure you're prepared for that before you leave for winter break, because you'll come back on Tuesday from winter break, and then Wednesday and Thursday is involvement fair of that week. January 25th is SGA Club Council meeting. February 29th is the SGA Club Council meeting. At some point in February, I'll plan another leadership retreat. I just don't have that scheduled yet, but I'll send that out to everyone once we do get that scheduled. March 22nd is Spring Fling. So it's very similar to Fall Fest, but it has a spring theme. And hopefully it'll be warm enough for us to be outside. Sometimes it's been chilly, but it's once again the library courtyard this year. So be thinking of a spring activity. For that, I think we're going to do a traditional like circus carnival theme with that. So I'll kind of give you a heads up on that. March 29th is after spring break is the SGA Club Council meeting. April 4th through the 8th are budget hearings. That's a week earlier than normal. And I will send information out about that. Each organization will stop by the Student Life office and you'll sign up for a 15-minute budget hearing. There'll be spaces where you just sign what works best for your schedule, and then you show up. It's 15 minutes and you're done. April 25th is the last SGA Club Council meeting. And then April 28th is the Student Excellence Awards. It's at 6:30 in the Performing Arts Center, and there's a reception under a tent immediately following that. And I'll talk about that again in a little bit. Forms for spring are very similar to the forms in the fall. Your spring renewal, which is a smaller version of the fall registration forms, those are due, February 5th. Spring fling activity forms are due March the 4th. Budget applications for the 2016-2017 year will be released on March the 7th, and they're due back on March the 24th. And no late budget submissions are accepted, so please make sure those are on time. Student Excellence nominations are due March 31st. Don't forget that Trevor's Choice Awards and Student Excellence have been combined, so this is basically club awards and our academic and leadership awards as well. Service projects and spring semester reports are due Friday, May the 6th. That's the day before commencement, last day of the semester. So please make sure you get those in on time. If you have any questions, as always, stop by the Office of Student Life. So what is an RSO and what does that mean to you? An RSO is a registered student organization, and it's important to maintain your RSO status. And you do that by submitting all the required forms and attending all the required events. And to be registered, that means you have access to a lot of services on campus. You have access to student life support, checking out equipment and things we'll go over in a little while, reserving rooms on campus. If you're not registered, you can't reserve a room on campus. You'd be considered an outside organization, so you'd have to rent that room. Lots of things like that. IT services, if you want to have an event where you need a TV or a computer or projector, anything like that, you can only get if you're registered on campus. So that's important to keep in mind. As I mentioned, some of our campus services include college relations. Sandra Moy handles the room reservations. You can contact her at S175 or email or call her. College Relations also handles approval for all posting of flyers on bulletin boards and the DMX screens, but that is handled through Student Life. So once you get your poster to SOSA, she'll make sure it's branded appropriately and get it approved, and then we'll get it printed and out for you. Catering is through Vincent Correa. He's the catering manager, and all the catering office there has the right of first refusal, so please make sure you contact them if you have any food needs.